let's begin at the bridge, Stevie. Was it kind of a tale of two halves? Chelsea going in at the break ahead, but Palace much better in the second half and earning a point.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I think we were all looking to Chelsea to find out whether what happened against Wolves was an anomaly or whether Chelsea had actually found something. And the perfect game to follow that as well. Crystal Palace at home, Palace side that are struggling for points. So it really should have been an opportunity for Chelsea to show us what they're all about eventually. Now, in the first half, there's no question Chelsea were the better side. I'm not sure whether that was because Chelsea were better than Palace or whether Palace's attitude and the way they went about it in the first half was just a little strange, in my opinion, for a team that are desperate for points. But Chelsea going at half-time 1-0 up, and deservedly so. Listen, they weren't the Chelsea of Wolves, but they were certainly the better side. The goal they got came from a nice little move, good interplay from Madueke and Palmer, and then Jackson. Nice easy tap in at the far post, and it looked set to be a comfortable afternoon. However, half-time, Crystal Palace clearly got a kick up the backside, and were a completely different side in this second half, to the point where I would suggest that you wouldn't have known which team had spent $1 billion and which team was in the bargain basement. So that's not good from Chelsea's point of view.
Will Hughes was booked after 14 minutes. He might have had a second yellow for a tug. I think it was on Cole Palmer. He got away with it. He was substituted shortly afterwards. And then within a few minutes, the equalising goal, and it was a good one from Eberechi Eze. And the way he started the season, he had that free kick that should have counted and didn't. He's hit the bar a couple of times. He's just a fantastic player. So why give him all that space at the edge of the box, Stevie?
Yeah, I think I'll put this down to a little bit of brilliance from Eze.
Sure.
Because there was certainly plenty of blue jerseys in and around him. Yes, you're right. Nobody got close enough to him, but at the same time, you got to give him credit for dropping the shoulder a couple of times, getting away from players, getting himself in a great position. And then the finish is like sublime. As soon as it left his foot, there's no way the keeper was getting anywhere close to it. Just a delightful goal. And a goal that Crystal Palace deserved. And from there, it was really both sides trying to go forward, both sides not really creating too much in the final third. And at the end, when the whistle goes, it's really hard to argue that Crystal Palace didn't deserve the point. And Chelsea at home, as I said, perfect opportunity to show us what they've got, and they didn't do it. These two sides are wannabes. Chelsea want to be in the top four. Chelsea want to be competing for the big prizes. And Crystal Palace, they just want to be in the Premier League. That's all they're about. And so for Chelsea, this is not a great result. As I said, disappointing all round, particularly after what we saw in the second half against Wolves.
And one final word on this one. Perfect timing mentioning Wolves, because they played into Chelsea's hands defensively and gave them so much space by trying to attack them, and it didn't work. If you're an opposing manager, and Chelsea don't play another really big club until they meet Liverpool in mid-October now, so they've got some very winnable games. But if you're facing Chelsea, do you just sit in? Do you just frustrate them? Because if you have a go at them, they're probably going to score a few goals. But do you do what Palace do against Chelsea? Is that going to get you a result, even if it's not a win?
I would have to agree with that. Yeah, clearly, if you open up and make it a cavalry charge for 90 minutes, which it was against Wolves, then Chelsea are capable of ripping your heart out. But if you keep it tight and if you're smart and you pick up good defensive positions and everybody does their job and don't give them a lot of time and space, particularly Cole Palmer, there's no question. Without Cole Palmer, I'm not quite sure where Chelsea would be, because everything they do that's good, anything that works out for them, everything comes from Cole Palmer. And that's not a good place to be when you want to be in the top four, that you're relying on one guy. But to answer your question, yeah, I think absolutely you stifle Chelsea, you frustrate them, and in turn that frustrates them, and then you try and hit them on the break.